at 5. Today is day 3 of the FB Live Challenge, and I am here. Made it 3 days, didn't crack yet, so we're good to go. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yvette D. Best. I am your small business tax accountant. I take great pleasure in making sure that small business owners stay IRS and state compliant while increasing their cash flow and maximizing their tax refunds. And I even wrote a book about it. So, with that being said, today's topic is going to be how often should you be meeting with your tax professional? So, a lot of times, what happens is you will come into the office to get your taxes done February, March of the current year, and then surprises come up while you're on the tax appointment. Things that you didn't know that you could deduct, you don't have receipts, things you didn't know that you were supposed to keep, even things that you should have known about. So things like I always remind people of when children turn to age 17, that's the lien year, because usually they're not eligible for the child tax credit, which is $2,000. They're only eligible for the other dependent credit, which is $500, and sometimes that impacts the tax refund, and people was not aware. So, how often should you meet with your tax professional? On average, it should be quarterly. Quarterly, you should be meeting with them, talking to them about your situation, because all of this is in tax planning. And again, I always say tax planning is a year-long event. You cannot do it in the current year when you are now going to file your taxes. It is a year-long event. So what you need to do to make sure that all of this happens is you have to make sure that you're meeting with your accountant quarterly. Now, should you need to meet with them any more than that? That depends on how you are doing during the tax year. If you definitely have changes, you want to definitely reach out to your tax accountant. So let's say you have a change in your family status, you have a new child, you have a change in your lifestyle, you buy a new house, you get a new car, especially if you have a car that you're using for business. Anytime you have any type of changes, you should reach out to your tax professional for some advice. Now, this is not what I consider to be a free consultation. You should be willing to meet with your tax professional quarterly and pay them for their advice, because this is outside of the tax preparation. This is basically your calling to get tax planning for the future to make sure that you do not have any tax surprises when you get to the table. So that is a pay for service. So when you talk to your tax accountant, just say, hey, I'd like to know how much would it cost me to get a consultation to come in to discuss forecasting for the next year. It is important. Now, if you feel that you don't need to meet with them quarterly, maybe you only need to meet with them twice a year, but you should not wait to see your accountant, number one, especially not in say December 25th. Now you at the last of the year and you want a tax plan. That's not a good time. You should be meeting with them before then. But what should happen in December is that you should be getting a shot at what your tax would look like for the next year. Now that can't happen. You will have probably a pay stub, some of your stuff from your business, other things that you have to play, and you can get a glimpse of what your refund may look like in the next year. So that way you can, if there's a chance that you owe, you can make an estimated payment on January 15th of 2021, and all of those things could go into play. Now, again, quarterly is what you want to shoot for when you're meeting with your tax professional. And again, that is a pay for service. Now, what I would say for tax professionals, this can be a service that you will offer to your clients. Hey, I have a service where you can meet with me quarterly outside of tax preparation to discuss any of your tax situation. That's a way that you can increase your revenue as well as make sure that you're taking care of the best needs for the client, because that's important. Now, if you decide that you only want to see your tax professional once a year when you're at the table, then basically you're going to be left with whatever you receive as your refund, because the only tax things that are able to be done in the current year when you are filing is usually putting money into your IRA, doing some type of backdoor Roth. And if you don't know what a backdoor Roth is, your tax professional will explain that to you. And that's usually all you have left. Things like harvesting losses from your rentals or things like donating to charity or even giving money or tithes to your church, all of those things expire on December 31st. So again, the best thing that you want to do, if any, this, like I said before, you want to meet with your tax professional now. You want to discuss about your taxes and what you need to do now. And the best thing for you to do is in December to meet with them and pay for a service to have a glimpse at your tax return before you get to the table the next year so you can make an estimated payment. So, how often should you meet with your tax professional? Again, quarterly is best. And if you can't meet with them quarterly, at least twice a year to make sure that you are able to lower your taxes and maximize your tax refund. This is Yvette Best coming from Best Services Unlimited. And today's video is going to be really short because I just wanted to make sure that you knew that make sure that you do not wait to get to the tax table next year before you meet with your tax accountant. I offer a free 15-minute call. You can reach out to me at that's bit.ly/increase bottom line. And if you have any questions about this video, just put it into the comments and I always respond, or reach me in my inbox like you already do. So with that, I say be safe, be healthy. Please wear your mask. I know y'all saw the news today, the post that I put that Georgia is #1 for the people who are most likely to get the coronavirus, and I don't like that at all. And I was one person that was not wearing a mask at the beginning, and I was here all during the shutdown, and I was not taking it seriously. Now, I did not get sick, fortunately, but I did start wearing a mask because I didn't get sick doesn't mean that I'm not asymptomatic or I just didn't want to get infected by anyone else. So although people may not think the mask is important, just wear it and just stay safe and social distance. It's not just wearing the mask, it's also being socially distant, and that will help. So with that, I say good night. I will see y'all tomorrow at 5. And if you have any questions that you want me to discuss or a good topic, please make sure, put it in the box. I might talk about it tomorrow. But before I leave, the one thing someone mentioned, you do need more than an EIN to be in business. And that might be my topic tomorrow. So stay tuned and we'll see you tomorrow live at 5. This is Yvette Best signing off.